Hello, everyone, and welcome to more 2023 Cranberry Classic Tournament basketball live on Zaleski Sports. My name is Cale Jacoby alongside Josh Bush and Olivia Zimmerman doing the production tonight. Jason Zaleski down on the court, working the camera here tonight as well. As here in this one, you just saw the Assumption Royals take down the Nakusa Papermaker 69-67, and here tonight, this is the championship game of the Cranberry Classic. It's the Columbus Dons and the Port Edwards Blackhawks here tonight. To get to this game, Columbus beat Nakusa yesterday, beat them pretty handily by an over 30-point margin, and Port Edwards beat Assumption yesterday in a relatively close game, about a 9-point win for the Assumption Royals yesterday. We should be in for a good one here tonight. Again, the Columbus Dons and the Port Edwards Blackhawks. Now it's going to be time for your starting lineups here down on the floor. We'll go through them for you up here. Going to be the same starters we saw both these teams had yesterday. The Port Edwards Blackhawks are the road team in this game. The Columbus Dons are the home team. And starting for Port Edwards here tonight, looks like they're about to go into it. Here we go. So for Port Edwards, it's going to be the junior, number 2, Brendan Beck. He was the leading scorer for Port Edwards in their game yesterday. Then it'll be the senior, number 4, Eric Mock. Mock had a nice game as well for the Blackhawks yesterday. Then it'll be the senior, number 22, Hayden Hewitt. Also starting for Port Edwards will be the senior, number 24, Tyler Martinson. And rounding out the starting 5, it'll be the 6'7" senior, Logan Parker, who had a string in that Assumption game where he really did score the ball well. And that's going to be an interesting matchup here tonight because Columbus does not have a lot of size, but Parker on the inside, he's at least got some size. He'll miss some of those easy ones inside a little bit, but with that 6'7" frame, it's something to deal with for Columbus either way. And starting for the Columbus Dons, it'll be the senior, Emmett Konieczny, the senior, number 10, Lucas Kreklau, the senior, number 12, Charlie Moore, and the senior, number 13, Blake Jacoby. 4 seniors in the starting lineup for the Columbus Dons. Rather, 5 seniors, including the starting senior, number 25, Cy Becker. So an all-senior starting lineup for the Columbus Dons. It is an experienced group, a group that can shoot the basketball incredibly well, a group that moves the ball incredibly well, and a group that takes really good shots and doesn't turn the ball over very often. So it will be the Dons and the Blackhawks here. Tipping it off here in the championship game, Eric Mock and Lucas Kreklau to jump it up. Kreklau wins it. And the Dons going to get going early here, and Port Edwards makes a mistake right off the bat, as that's going to be a free throw, a couple of free throws for Cy Becker. And they're going to get the 6'7" senior on the foul, Logan Parker. Beckers heads to the line for 2 free throws. And again, that is a big mistake for Port Edwards to not be ready for Columbus to push the pace instantly. That is what they want to do. That's how they want to play. They want to push the pace, and they're not going to wait around and just slow it up on the tip-off. They're looking to go right away. And Becker gets 2 free throws out of it. There's a chance maybe Port Edwards wasn't matched up at the time of the tip, but a quick strike for the Dons, and they're going to bring on that full court pressure. Just making sure that they get some pressure up here, and it's a soft full court press, and they are going to drop back into that 2-3 zone we saw from them last night. Pass over to Mock into the corner. It is Beck. We'll see how Beck specifically, we'll see how he handles that 2-3, because his game is really a lot of that isolation, pull-up, mid-range shots. He really likes that, and being able to beat his defenders one-on-one. You can't really do that against a zone. At least it's a lot tougher. You can dribble around and get some good shots, but it's a little bit different working against the zone, and that's going to be a foul against the Blackhawks here as Becker had the ball. And that's going to go against Martinson. Tyler Martinson with his first personal, team second. And Emmett Konieczny will run point here for the Dons. Port Edwards comes down straight up man-to-man. Konieczny out to Jacoby. Top of the key to Moore. Again, the Dons are not a team I would run a 2-3 zone against, and the Blackhawks are not. Konieczny misses a corner three right off the bat. Trying to save it here. Who's going to come up with it? The Blackhawks do. Back to the floor and a foul. We'll see who they get here. And they're going to get Charlie Moore on the foul. That'll be his first personal, team first. Beck will bring it up here for the Blackhawks. And they're working against that kind of just a soft zone press here. And it really just extends out in the half court for the Dons as Hewitt lost that one. And I think he's called for the charge. Yeah, they're going to get Hewitt for the charge. Kreklau. Lucas Kreklau draws the charge. Third team foul for Port Edwards already in the first minute and 14 seconds. First personal for Hayden Hewitt. And Jacoby will run point here for the Dons. Jacoby and Emmett Konieczny combined for 31 points last night for the Dons in their win against Nakusa. Jacoby in the corner, a tough three, in and out. And goes out of bounds, and possession will go to the Blackhawks. So a couple of missed threes for Columbus. They got 2 points on the free throw. And a couple of free throws from Cy Becker. Beck ahead to Hewitt. Skip over to Mock. Port Edwards does a nice job there of breaking out of that pressure from the Dons. Mock at the high post gets it inside of his big man, and that's where you want to get it to in that 2-3. If you can get it right in the paint, in that high post area, especially with a 6'7" big working the low post, that's where you want to get it to. Hewitt to inbound. Mid post there. Beck left wing. It looks like Port Edwards, they're not running a traditional high-low. Here's the pass inside to Martinson. They're kind of flashing their guards into that high post depending on where the ball goes as they're going to turn it over there. And then Moore is wide open for three, no good, and that's going to go out of bounds. Possession stays with Columbus. But again, if you see Port Edwards, their offense, and a lot of times against a 2-3 zone, you'll see a team go just high-low, put a post at the high post, another post player in the low post, but Port Edwards going more of a kind of a flat. They let their guards flash into that high post and keep their big man Logan Parker down in the low post. Jacoby to the corner. That's Becker. Skip past to Konieczny, top of the key. Moore. Now Jacoby. Pump fakes, drives inside. Out to Moore for three, and in and out from Charlie Moore. Those are threes that are going to likely be going down sooner or later tonight if the Dons can continue to get looks like that. Especially for Charlie Moore, who really is the three-point specialist. Kick out here to Mock, left wing. Back outside for Beck. Left wing for Martinson. Mock, right wing. Into the high post. Martinson kicks it out to Hewitt. Hewitt, the skip pass, stolen away by Becker. Second turnover for the Blackhawks tonight. Moore left wing to Becker, behind the back, kicks to the corner for Jacoby. Konieczny swings it over to Moore, into the corner for Kreklau. Kreklau wants a three, and he knocks it down. Not the guy we would have expected to hit the first three of the night for the Dons. It's Lucas Kreklau. He's typically a interior player, does the dirty work, scores inside, and plenty of other shooters on this Columbus team, and missed a few open looks, and Kreklau's the one that hits probably the toughest shot of them all. The Dons the other way. Moore wide open for three, and he's short on it. And that's going to be Columbus ball as Kreklau, talking about a hustle play, sprints over, saves the ball, throws it off of Martinson to Port Edwards, and it goes out of bounds off of Port Edwards. Possession stays with Columbus. Referees are talking about it. Call stands. So Charlie Moore has missed a few threes early on, and Moore, again, usually as automatic as it gets when he gets an open look from three. Konechny steps back, going baseline here, looking for his man. Deflected away, and Konechny touched it when he was out of bounds. Turnover, Columbus. And Coach Konechny not happy with that one, as Moore's going to check out of the ball game, and checking in is Nathan Nemitz. Beck will bring it up. And Port Edwards struggling to figure out who's going to be in the right spot here as Mock drives to the basket, and Kreklau draws another charge. Lucas Kreklau has drawn 2 charges already with that one, as Eric Mock will be called for his first personal, team fourth. As Konechny brings it up. Kreklau, again, we talk about it. He does the dirty work defensively. He draws the charges. He defends the opposing team's best big man if they go man-to-man, as Konechny misses a 3 that time. He's 0 for 2 from downtown. Columbus is 1 for 7 from 3 to start this game. The lone player who has made it is Lucas Kreklau. Hewitt, the pass inside. Tough shot, foul, as Chase Bumgart will go to the line. And I think that one's going to go against Jacoby. It does. Jacoby's first personal, team second, as Bumgart heads to the line for the Blackhawks. That one misses short. And also into the game for the Blackhawks here is Josh Tranel. Tranel was right there with Brendan Beck as far as the leading scorer for Port Edwards yesterday, but he's that kind of sixth man. Plays that sixth man role for this Blackhawks team to start the year. And he does it well. He gives this team, or at least in the one game they played this season, he did it well. Give this team a spark off the bench. Becker drives inside, and the up and under move blocked out of bounds. Possession stays with Columbus. And the Dons up 5-0, but they're showing some frustration offensively. They miss some shots they normally hit. I think they expect to play a little bit more smoothly offensively here than they have to start this game. Jacoby left wing. High post for Becker, and deflected away and nearly turned over. Hilgeman comes up with it. Becker with it now. Back out to Konechny. Swing over to Jacoby for 3, and it's good. Blake Jacoby from downtown. He's got his first points of the night. 8-0 Columbus, as their defense has told the story so far tonight. Tranel stepped out of bounds. Turnover. Referee telling Tranel that, hey, yep, you stepped out of bounds. Again, that's a spot you don't want to be in as a player, where you're driving to the rim right there. You jump out of bounds behind the basket and try to throw it in. That's really never a spot you want to be. Really, you're probably better off going with the jump stop there and looking back to the perimeter, staying under control, staying in bounds. There on that play, Tranel just got a little bit carried away, out of bounds. Nemitz in the corner. Top of the key, it's Becker, an open look, and misses it to the left. Nemitz on the board, tipped out by Hilgeman. And Nemitz falls to the floor. That'll be a foul. And they're going to get Tranel here. Tranel called for his first personal, team 5th. Nemitz to inbound. Top of the key to Konechny. Into the corner, it's Nemitz. And Nemitz, so we got a foul, an offensive foul on the Dons. I think they're going to get Hilgeman here. Hilgeman down in the low post, yeah. Cole Hilgeman called for his first personal foul, team 3rd. And the Dons will set up that full court zone press. Again, 6 minutes through, the Dons have not allowed a single point. And the Blackhawks really haven't had many good looks at anything. They've had a hard time getting any shots up. Definitely not any open looks. This 2-3 zone of the Dons has really been playing well here tonight. They did get a trip to the free throw line. Bumgart missed both. Becker drives inside. He's fouled. And Becker aggressively attacking the basket. And they get Hayden Hewitt on the foul. His second personal. That'll be the team's sixth, though. Port Edwards now with 6 fouls. Columbus is in the bonus for the final 11 minutes and 42 seconds of this first half. Konieczny finds Jacoby in the corner. Jacoby pulls back out. Nemitz right wing. High post for Becker. The jump shot is good. And again, I said the Dons aren't playing as well offensively as you might like. They're still up 10-0 in this game. Again, the Dons have a little bit different expectations than other teams, than most other teams in the area. And that foul is going to go against Cy Becker. Yeah, the Dons are just a team that you expect to play clean basketball, hit shots, basically play perfect every night. It's not a fair expectation, but that's the expectation that this program's history kind of sets for itself. Brendan back to inbound. Tranel crosses half court. Tranel top of the key. Back out to Beck. Screen there from Tranel. Beck drives inside. The step-through move. Kicks to the corner. It's Mock. Decent look at it, and he knocks it down. That's probably the first good look the Blackhawks have gotten at the rim all night, and Mock knocks it down. 10-3 Columbus. Konieczny probing here. Kicks out to the corner for Jacoby. He takes it in rhythm and airballs it. And a battle for the ball here. Jump ball. The Dons force a jump, and the possession arrow points to Port Edwards. Tranel to inbound. Gets it into Beck. Tranel ahead to the rim, poked away out of bounds as nearly coming up with a steal was Alex Edwards. Mock to inbound. Top of the key to Beck. Again, Beck, I don't think he's taken a shot yet. And again, it's just tough. When you go up against the zone defense, you have to move the ball. Everybody has to be on the same page. Everybody has to know where the open man is at all times. There's no really such thing as an isolation score as Tranel misses on the three. That was a pretty good look there from Tranel. Into the corner here for Nemitz. Nemitz goes baseline. The tough shot, and he's fouled on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2 free throws. As they get Max Michaels on the foul. His first personal, team 7th. A lot of fouls for Port Edwards here in this first half. Nemitz misses the first. And again, that was the lone kind of problem spot in Columbus's 30-plus point win last night against Nakusa. The lone bugaboo was their free throw shooting. Was not very good and knocks down the second. But again, that was the case for every team that we saw, every boys basketball team we saw yesterday. When it's your first game of the season, trying to get your legs back underneath you, get your conditioning down. Sometimes that you can see that effect at the free throw line. Tranel back to Mock left wing. Again, this Port Edwards offense just really struggling to find some room here as Tranel drives, and that's a good take, but misses the shot and has the next shot blocked. Has the 2 big men battling away. Hilgeman rejects Parker's shot on the offensive rebound. Gets it in to Parker. Mott kicks it out to Beck. His first shot attempt, in and out, no good. And a lot of times in a 2-3 zone, you just have to hit some of those deep threes. Because that you can get, as long as you can swing the ball around, those shots will be there against the 2-3 zone, as they're going to get Brendan Beck for the foul here. And these are 1-and-1 bonus free throws. Port Edwards playing very aggressively defensively, very physical, and you're seeing it on the foul line here. Now the Don's going to start to take advantage at the free throw line, or get chances to take advantage, as Blake Jacoby goes to the line for 1-and-1. And he misses it. Possession stays with the Dons. Out of bounds off Port Edwards. So the Dons still struggling tonight from the free throw line. Jacoby inbound. Gets it into Konechny. Right wing. Konechny up top to Moore. Back to Moore. Now to Konechny, and Port Edwards now in a 2-3 zone. Konechny, right wing three, and it's no good. Edwards on the rebound, misses the lay-in, gets his own rebound, lost it out of bounds, and he says possession stays with Columbus. Look to the bare eye, naked eye, that it may have been off Columbus, but go with the ref. He's got a lot better view than I do. As Matt Konechny checks in for the first time tonight. Again, we talked about it. Going to a 2-3 zone against a team like Columbus is not always best choice, but I think Coach Beck might be thinking, we've been fouling a lot in man-to-man, and we got to stop letting these guys take free throws. But beware of the Don's three-point shooting capability against a 2-3 zone. And here's a wide-open look for Moore, and he missed it again. And if they keep missing threes, then this 2-3 zone will be just fine for Port Edwards. Moore top of the key. Left wing to Konechny. Moore back to Jacoby, right wing, 4-3, no good. Konechny going to get called on the rebounding foul. So he kind of used the Port Edwards player as a leverage to go up and get that. That's going to be a foul. And leveraged him. So Matt Konechny's first personal, team fifth. Back the other way, ahead to Michaels, and Michaels with an Aaron Pat. No, it was deflected. Deflected off the leg of Emmett Konechny, and it'll remain Blackhawks basketball. It hasn't been the shooting night that we saw from the Dons last night. They scored 87 points. Was it 83 points? They were in the 80s last night. And tonight just 11 so far. But again, they're up 11-3. It's just that 2-3 zone, they're really playing it well so far. And that's stolen away. Jacoby takes it away all the way. Breakaway laying up and good from Blake Jacoby. He's got 5 points here in the first half. And that one deflected away. 5 turnovers for Port Edwards. Moore in transition. Tough shot. Fouled. He'll go to the line for 2 free throws. And Brendan Beck gets called for his second personal. Team 9th. And you got some Blackhawk fans not happy about that call. I can tell them. Again, I've got no, fans really like to complain about calls quite a bit. Referees really don't get a break out there. But I can tell you, that was a good call. Charlie Moore got smacked on the arm, and that's another missed free throw for these Dons. It's been a problem these first 2 games for them. 1 for 4 tonight from the line. And Moore knocks that one down. Make it 2 for 5 from the free throw line tonight. Here comes Tranel. And Tranel got away with the travel there. Pass ahead, stolen away by Jacoby. Mock has it deflected away, stolen away, and here come the Dons. Konechny right wing. Moore at the top. Back to Moore, and they left Moore wide open, and he missed. Yeah, Port Edwards, they're leaving these Dons open, and the Dons haven't made them pay so far, as Coach Konechny wants a timeout because the Dons have really just missed their threes. But normally, especially Charlie Moore, he's 0 for 5 from 3 tonight. That's normally 5 for 5 with the looks that he's been getting. But 14-3 Dons, timeout Columbus. We'll take a quick break, be back with more Cranberry Classic basketball after this on Zaleski Sports.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken has been voted best pizza in Marshfield 15 years in a row. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken is ready for your call now at 715-384-8118. Choose Drunken Chicken, BLT, Western, Mac and Cheese, Sweet Chili Chicken. Has roasted chicken, fish, sandwiches, salads, and desserts. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, 715-384-8118 and Scotty'sPizza.com.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
Welcome back, everybody. As again, a reminder that every Columbus free throw is brought to you by Surf Pro Jamie Wenzel. It's the Surf Pro Jamie Wenzel free throw line. Call Jamie Wenzel at Surf Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro, like it never even happened. Again, that's the spot where the Dons are trying to get a little better at here in these first two games. That's the one spot you really think they got to improve on so far at that Surf Pro Jamie Wenzel free throw line. Konechny in the corner. Up to Matt Konechny, now right wing for Moore. And Konechny drives in on the little back cut there and misses the shot inside. A rebound, though, for Sam Dooms. And a whistle and a travel. They're going to get Charlie Moore on the travel. Inbounding here is Tyler Martinson. Beck brings it up. Back to Tranel. Tranel skips it over, nearly throws it out of bounds. Gets it to Mock, though. Bumgard has it poked away by Moore. Don's the other way. 7 first-half turnovers for the Blackhawks. Moore, that one poked away. Nearly by Tranel. Moore inside to Dooms. Dooms spins baseline. Tough shot, no good. Back come the Blackhawks the other way. Tranel trying to bully his way into the paint. Pass inside to Mock. Left-hand shot, no good. And a rebound for Dooms. That was really great defense from Dooms that time on the shot. Into the corner. Emmett Konechny for 3. It's short. A rebound for Beck. And the Dons continue to struggle from the three-point line. They've hit 1. I'll get you an exact number in a second, but over 10 attempts. They've hit 1. That poked away by Konechny, but their defense continues to force turnovers, and Emmett Konechny misses the layup. Jacoby on the rebound, puts it up, misses. He'll go to the line for 2. They're going to get Josh Tranel on the foul. That's Tranel's second personal, and now going to really have to keep an eye on these fouls for Port Edwards. They've got 9 in the first half. Rather 10 now in the first half. Columbus will be in the double bonus, and this again is your Surf Pro Jamie Wenzel free throw line. Surf Pro Jamie Wenzel free throw line. Call Jamie Wenzel at Surf Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro like it never even happened. And again, this second free throw also brought to you by Surf Pro Jamie Wenzel free throw line. Call Jamie Wenzel at Surf Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro like it never even happened. And the Dons do a little bit better job there. 2 for 2 that time for Jacoby. Or I believe he missed the first. 10-second violation, another Port Edwards turnover. This Columbus defense is really playing well tonight. 9 turnovers they have forced. Nemitz to the rim with the left, and he scores it. Nathan Nemitz with his first field goal of the night. He's got 3 points. 18-3, Columbus leads it. Beck brings the cross. Up top to Mock. Back outside to Beck. Beck top of the key. Defended by Nemitz. Weaves through. Jacoby's there. That was a really nice job of those two wing defenders up there, Jacoby and Nemitz. And a whistle and a foul. They're going to get Charlie Moore. And that's Moore's second personal. Team 6th. So Coach Konechny's going to take Charlie Moore out of the game with those 2 fouls. Moore trying to get it going offensively. He's 0 for 5 from the three-point line, and can only bring that up because Moore is usually just such an automatic three-point shooter, was last year for this team. Hit a few last night. Let's bring it up to say that's abnormal. Pass inside here to Parker. Shot up and good. Counted and one for the big man. And they get Krecklau on the foul. That's Krecklau's first, team 7th, and Logan Parker gets his first 2 points of the game. He'll go to the line for one more. Misses the free throw. Matt Konechny on the rebound. Back come the Dons. Jacoby in the corner. Top of the key to Konechny. The handoff here to Emmett Konechny. Into the corner for Mack. Inside, it's Krecklau. Krecklau pump fakes as it deflected away and missed the shot. In transition, it's Tranel. And again, if you're the Blackhawks, you'd really like to get some transition points, and Beck does. Brendan Beck from downtown, his first points of the night. 18-8. Konechny thought about the three. Instead steps in and tried to go backdoor to Krecklau, but they just weren't on the same page. Konechny had a good idea there. Krecklau just didn't cut. So Krecklau and Konechny just not quite on the same page there. I think Konechny had the right idea, though. It was open. Hewitt over to Beck. Quickly head to Mock. Konechny tried to steal it away, but not quite there in time, but he steals this one away. 10th turnover for the Blackhawks. Konechny with the spin to the rim, blocked, out of bounds. Possession stays with the Dons, and I think you're starting to see, as Emmett Konechny is now 0 for 6 from the field, I think you're starting to see a little bit of frustration from this Dons offense, just that they don't have more points on the board. They're not scoring as much as they're used to. I think that drive from Konechny, just a little bit of frustration. He's trying to attack the basket, make something happen, and he takes the three there, misses, but an offensive foul first on Lucas Krecklau. Krecklau, that's going to be his second personal. Team 8th. And again, I think you're seeing a lot of frustration from the Dons right now. They're up by 10 points, but they're really frustrated, I think, with how they've done offensively so far. Back up to Tranel up top. Tranel takes the screen, and he had a jumper if he wanted. It goes up and under, misses the shot, but he's fouled, and that is Krecklau's third personal. So Krecklau now in some major foul trouble, as he's going to have to check out. Cole Hilgeman will check in. And again, Krecklau, a great kind of X-factor, dirty work player for this Dons team, but the one thing he has had some trouble with in the past is fouls, because he does play so aggressively, and you don't want him to stop playing that aggressively, but sometimes fouls can be an issue. Tranel knocks down the first free throw. Krecklau and Nemitz come out of the game. Krecklau and Matt Konechny check out. Alex Edwards and Cole Hilgeman check in. Tranel at the line for the second throw. Knocks it down. This is now a single-digit deficit for Port Edwards, which they were down 18-3. They're on a 7-0 run. Left wing to Jacoby. Top of the key to Konechny. Right wing to Nemitz now. Konechny left wing. Top of the key for Jacoby. Handoff to Nemitz. Nemitz looking for somebody here and finds Konechny. Skip pass back to Jacoby. Edwards trying to work that high post. And Edwards looking a little confused there, but now he knows where he's at. He's in that high post. Again, the Dons running a little bit more of that, a little bit more traditional. Well, the similar offense to Port Edwards against that 2-3 with the guard coming in to play the high post. Konechny for three. It's short. And Konechny is frustrated right now. And Konechny had 16 points last night. And a carry. That's going to be a carry on Josh Tranel. Tranel doesn't like the call. That's always a close call. Again, that's a call that, depending on the level of basketball, you'll see called more than not. In high school, you'll pretty much always see it called. The letter of the rule. NBA, probably never going to see it called. Almost never. Nemitz, left wing three, and he was hit on the shot. Yep, and that's going to be a foul. And Tranel's going to argue with that. He absolutely fouled him. Tranel took his right arm and shoved him. Yeah, that's Tranel's going to be he's going to be wrong on this complaint. That was, I don't know why he did what he did. It's almost like he tried to box him out instantly, but he just shoved him and ran away. And that is a big foul on Tranel because that's his third. Not really not a smart foul from Tranel that time. As Nemitz is going to go to the line for 3 free throws. He knocks down the first, and look at this. Krecklau immediately coming back into this ballgame. So Krecklau with those 3 fouls comes back in. He must have convinced Coach Konechny to say, hey, I'll be smart. I won't get another one. As Nemitz hits the second, and Becker forgot that there's another one coming up. It happens. All harm, no foul there. But Nemitz has hit 2 free throws here, and you like to see that if you're a Dons fan. And he knocks down all 3. All 3 free throws for Nathan Nemitz, and he'll check out as Charlie Moore comes in for him. 21-10 Columbus. Beck brings it up. Ahead to Hewitt. Left wing to Michaels, into the corner for Martinson. Left wing to Mock, top of the key, it's Beck. Beck left wing for Michaels, and Michaels likely got away with a travel there. Mock, high post to Beck. Back to Beck now from Martinson. Skip pass to Michaels as a little bit of miscommunication there from the Dons. Left Martinson open, now leave Beck open for 3. Hewitt with a rebound. Hewitt kicks out to Michaels in the corner. Back to Beck. As the Blackhawks content to just move the ball around and wait till they can find a good shot here. And they have been hard to come by tonight for this Blackhawk offense. And Beck thought about taking that 3 from the black line. And again, when you're playing a 2-3 zone, you can't move it really much, really that well. You are tempted to take those shots as Michaels gets called for the travel. Again, in the 2-3 zone, a lot of times if you're a good three-point shooter, you can be tempted to just say, you know what? We're not really getting anything inside. I'll just take this from out here. I can hit it. But Beck thought about it, didn't pull it. Michaels called for the travel, 21-10. Konechny with it. The Dons also struggling offensively against this 2-3 zone of Port Edwards. But the Dons have gotten really good looks. And there's another good look for Jacoby. And this one he knocks down. Jacoby has got 10 points tonight. He's 2 for 5 from the 3-point line. Again, those are the shots the Dons have been getting all game. Just struggled to hit him tonight. But Jacoby knocks that one down. He is, along with him and Krecklau, the only 2 that have hit 3s tonight so far for the Dons. Jacoby with 2, Krecklau with 1. 24-10, 30 seconds here. We'll see if the Blackhawks elect to just hold for 1 shot. Michaels got away with the travel. Skip over here to Martinson. Beck, top of the key. Beck takes the screen. And that one deflected by Konechny as 1 second on the clock. They're not going to get off the shot. It's made, but it does not count. And that's going to do it for the first half. 24-10. Port Edwards down on Columbus here at the end of the first half. Again, another reminder that every free throw you see the Columbus Dons take is brought to you by Jamie Wenzel. It's the Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel free throw line. Call Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro like it never even happened. So at the end of the first half, Columbus leads Port Edwards 24-10. We'll take a break. Be back with a little halftime breakdown right after this on Zaleski Sports.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
Hi, I'm Malachi from Northside Computers and Cellular. We are currently offering a great savings of 2 phone lines for $50, and it includes unlimited talk, text, and data. Stop down at Northside Computers and Cellular, 907 South Central Avenue, Marshfield, to see how you can save on your internet, cable, and phone bills. We have the best providers under one roof.
2 phone lines, $50. Get mobile, internet, and television all under one roof. Northside Computer and Cellular of Marshfield.
Need furniture? Come to Mall Furniture in Marshfield and get it now. We have what you want in stock. Do you need a new 2-sided Wisconsin-built mattress set or adjustable bed? We have them in stock. Power lift chairs, rocker or wall recliner. How about a glider rocker or swivel rocker? We have them. Sofas, sectionals and sleepers, reclining and stationary, leather and cloth. Choose from Marshfield Furniture, Lazy Boy, and Best Home Furnishing. See our expanded Wolfcraft Maple and Oak, made in Marshfield Furniture. Bring your truck or trailer and take it with you, or have it delivered for a small fee.
Welcome back, everybody. Columbus leads Port Edwards 24-10 in this Cranberry Classic Championship game here in the Cranberry Classic Tournament. As we'll have a chance to hear from our friends over at Mutual of Wausau. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. And the Viaduct Bar and Grill of Marshfield serves juicy half-pound burgers daily. The Viaduct Bar and Grill is also home to cold drinks and Fish Fry Friday. The Viaduct Bar and Grill on Marshfield's fabulous northwest side. And a little recap of that first half for you. The Dons up by 14 here. A low-scoring game, especially for a Columbus Dons team that you're used to seeing light up the scoreboard. And again, if you kind of look at that for the Dons, it wasn't, at least from my perspective, it wasn't a matter of they were taking bad shots or they couldn't find anything offensively. They were getting the looks that they were getting last night. They were getting looks they'd like to get. They've got great shooters. They were getting wide open threes all first half. And, if you look at their 3-point percentage here, and you count it up 1 for 2, 1 for 3. I'm just counting them up here in my book here as I go. Blake Jacoby's 2 for 5 himself from the 3-point line. He's shooting the ball best from 3 for the Dons here in this first half. Charlie Moore's 0 for 5. Konechny's 0 for 4. So I've got 3 for 16 down in my book. 3 for 16 3-point percentage for the Columbus Dons. That's right around 12%. And I'm trying to do quick math in my head there, but to say the least, not how we're used to seeing the Dons shoot. But again, that happens. That some nights you're just not hitting your shots. And when that happens, you need to be able to defend, keep teams down, and that's exactly what the Dons have done tonight. So that's what to focus on. You're not going to hit shots every single night, even if they're open looks. Sometimes you might be missing a night or two. And the Dons obviously coming off a game last night. First game of the season could have something to do with it as well. Who knows? Sometimes in the sport of basketball, you're just missing shots that you normally hit. And that's, I think, what we have tonight. But, again, you got to credit the Dons' defense tonight. That 2-3 zone has really given Port Edwards a lot of problems. They've gotten up maybe 3 or 4 good looks at the rim all half. And, again, I'd have to go back and look at every single play. But I can't remember more than 3 or 4 good looks at the basket that the Blackhawks have gotten in that first half. So props to that Columbus defense, holding them to 10 points there in the first half, and that's why they have a 14-point lead, is because of that stifling 2-3 zone defense. And now we're going to take a second to hear from our friends over at Spectrum Benefit. Spectrum Benefit Solutions, with offices located throughout central Wisconsin. Spectrum Benefit Solutions is your group benefits provider for health, dental, accident, and life insurance. Spectrum Benefit Solutions works with businesses of any size to help you attract and retain the best employees. Find Spectrum Benefit Solutions on Facebook to get started, and get Culligan Water for only $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at culliganh2o.com. And an SCS apartment or home is where you want to live, work, and play all throughout central Wisconsin, the Chippewa Valley, and the Fox Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. And Staub Construction is a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Staub Construction has been partnering with private and public customers since 1984. Staub Construction has its own service and fabrication department to assist with any municipal or industrial situation. Staub Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. Now we're going to take another quick break here at half. Be back in a couple of minutes with the start of the second half here from Cranberry Classic Tournament Championship Basketball after this on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflatiri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota subcompact and compact tractors. Our #1 selling tractors are built to take on winter with front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers. Get select Kubota subcompact or compact tractors for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months and save $1,000. See your local Kubota dealer today.
Your local Kubota dealer is Chili Implement, located 1 mile north of Highway 10 in Chili.
Really got to understand what what a nurse is. Do they focus on you? You know, do they make sure that you're comfortable? And you know, that's what Shai has. It's the connection that he has. You know, my best interest in mind always.
Why wait another day? Let's take the next step together towards a better life.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Welcome back, everybody. 24-10. Columbus leads Port Edwards. We're just about set to start the second half of action. But first, Ag Country Farm Credit Services is a farmer-owned co-op offering a wide array of custom financing and financial services. From loans and leases to crop insurance and tax and records, they have you covered. Contact Ag Country in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford. And Fleet Farm. Toyland is now open at Fleet Farm with their Price Match Plus guarantee. If you find a lower toy price, they'll beat it by 5%. You'll get the best price on a huge selection of toys at Fleet Farm. And Blues Hair Studio on North Central Avenue is ready to help you get the fall's best cut and color. Schedule an appointment at Blues Hair Studio to look your fall best. And thanks to our game day sponsors, Hawkins Ash, Draxler Transport, Woodfield Inn & Suites, and Rems Funeral Home. And find your next career path with just a phone call to Express Employment Professionals. With locations in Wausau, Stevens Point, and Marshfield, no matter where you are in central Wisconsin, save yourself some time and find your next employer at expresspros.com. Also a reminder that at the conclusion of this game will be your Nasonville Dairy postgame show, and be sure to stay tuned for that postgame show because we will have live on the court interviews with the winning head coach and our Highlight House player of the game from the winning team as well. So be sure to stay tuned for the Nasonville Dairy postgame show for some live on-the-court interviews. And if Columbus is able to hold this lead, it will be them. But if Port Edwards comes back, then we'll see Port Edwards. And right off the bat, Charlie Moore gets on track with a 3. And again, those are the open looks we were talking about. The Dons got all half, and this time Charlie Moore knocks it down. And again, Charlie Moore from a season ago might have been the Dons' best three-point shooter. They had a lot of great ones, got a lot of great ones this year, mostly the same team. But Moore might be, just as far as a catch-and-shoot three-point shooter, might be the best of them all as far as last season goes. Beck, right wing. And that one stolen away. Krecklau gets the steal. Another Port Edwards turnover, their 13th. Back the other way comes Konieczny. Top of the key, it's Becker. Becker finds Jacoby. Jacoby out to Konieczny for 3. No good, short. Konieczny still looking for his first points of the night. And he pokes that away, steals it away, and here comes Emmett Konieczny to the rim for 2. He missed it. Gets his own rebound, puts it up, and and they called him for being out of bounds. They said Konieczny didn't reestablish in bounds, and I don't know about that. Wow, that was the referee just really piling on to Konieczny there. I mean, Konieczny's frustrated tonight with the fact that he just has not been able to put that ball. There's been a lid on the basket so far for Konieczny, and a guy that was absolutely on fire last night, and a guy that we'll expect to be probably the leading scorer for the Dons this year, or one of them, an excellent offensive player, just doesn't have it tonight. Mock for 3, and that's just a tough way. You get your rebound, and you think here's going to be my first 2 points, and get called for not reestablishing back in bounds. Moore kick to the corner for Konieczny. Back to Moore, right wing. Inside it's Krecklau. Krecklau, left-hand shot. No good, but a foul. Logan Parker called for his second personal. Team first. Again, Parker's been quiet. Again, he's a big guy, but not necessarily refined offensive moves down there. He's got the size, though, that makes him a threat. Krecklau knocks down the free throw. And again, this is your Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel free throw line. And again, be sure to contact Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro. Call Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro like it never even happened. Krecklau knocks down both free throws. And Beck pulls the right wing 3 and knocks it down. Brendan Beck has not had many good looks at the rim, but there's a good one, and he's got 6 points tonight on 2 for 4 from the field. Pass out here from Moore, or to Moore. Krecklau thought about another 3. He hit 1 already. Moore left wing. Top of the key for Becker. Becker, the pull-up jumper, no good. Eric Mock drives inside the step through, and we're going to have a foul. Foul call. Let's see what they call this on. They're going to get Blake Jacoby on the foul. That's Jacoby's second personal. Team first here this second half. Hayden Hewitt will inbound for the Blackhawks. To the corner. Beck, a good look, missed it. And a rebound here for Jacoby. Nemitz, the tough runner, no good. And a battle for the ball. Port Edwards comes up with it. Beck the other way. Beck up top to Tranel, right wing for Mock. Mock to the high post, it's Hewitt. Was looking for Beck backdoor, but decided against it. Tranel left wing. Drives inside. Now over to Beck. Back to Tranel, and he's going to take that 3. And too strong. Jacoby brings it up. Finds Krecklau in the low post. Now to Becker, driving inside, and scores it. Counted and 1. They're going to get Tranel on the blocking foul. And that's Tranel's 4th. And 1 for Cy Becker. He's got 6 points. Again, that was a close call, as most charge block calls are. And we are back at your Surf Pro Jamie Wenzel free throw line. Surf Pro Jamie Wenzel. Call Jamie Wenzel at Surf Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro like it never even happened. Becker to the line for 1 free throw. And he knocks it down. The Dons have done much better from the free throw line here as this game has progressed. Again, they're a team you typically expect and normally do hit their free throws, and now they are here in this second half. And Krecklau just rips the ball away. Coach Beck is furious that it wasn't a foul. Krecklau just stripped it away. Becker goes baseline, tough shot, foul, and he'll go to the line for 2. Hewitt called for the foul. Hewitt's 3rd personal, team 3rd. And again, Josh Tranel is on the bench for Port Edwards. He was taken out after he picked up his 4th foul. That's a big loss for Port Edwards. One of their top 2 scorers, him and Brendan Beck. And he is out. And again, this is your Surf Pro Jamie Wenzel free throw line. Surf Pro Jamie Wenzel. Call Jamie Wenzel at Surf Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro like it never even happened. Becker knocks them both down. Mock. The Dons have extended their lead to 21 here in the second half. Now we got a foul called on the Dons. And they are going to get Emmett Konieczny this time. It'll be his first personal. And Matt Konieczny will check in for Blake Jacoby. Pass in here to Beck. Beck thought about pulling up there again. That's a shot he normally pull up on. He likes that pull-up jumper, but in a 2-3, you're going to have 2 guys in your face. When it's one-on-one defense, it's a little bit easier shot for a good isolation scorer like Brendan Beck, as that shot is blocked, the 3 from Eric Mock. And here's a right wing 3. Emmett Konieczny in and out. That one was halfway down as Krecklau is going to go to the free throw line on the offensive rebound. So Konieczny missed the 3. And Krecklau gets the offensive rebound. And he'll go to the line for 2 free throws. They got Chase Bumgart on the foul. And Krecklau knocks it down. And the Dons doing a much better job from the line now. Hitting pretty much everything they look at now at the line. But again, that for Emmett Konieczny, that's just got to be kicking himself there. It's just got to feel like, man, I can't get any of these to fall. Because again, that one was halfway down on that 3, and we'll see who the ball goes to here. It's going to go to Port Edwards. Columbus nearly got a second chance. 35-13 your score. Beck gets it ahead to Hewitt. Mock up top. Kick to the outside to Hewitt. Back to the top of the key for Beck. Swings it over to Michaels. Michaels for 3 and in and out. Mock with the offensive rebound. Left-hand shot. Up and good. Foul on the floor. Foul on the floor, no shot. And they are going to get Krecklau with another foul. That is Krecklau's 4th. So he'll head to the bench. 2 players with 4 fouls in this one. 1 for each team. Lucas Krecklau and Josh Tranel. Beck gets it on the inbound to the high post to Hewitt. Hewitt steps inside, little left-hand jumper, no good. Bumgart gets the rebound, falls down, turns it over. Becker to the rim, strong move, missed the shot. Offensive rebound and score for Cole Hilgeman. Beck, mid-range jump shot, no good. Columbus up in transition. Nemitz with a little floater, no good. Pass ahead, deflected away. Michaels left wing. And that one deflected away. Another steal for this Dons defense. Matt Konieczny got his hand on that one. Emmett brings it up. No one's defending him. Finds Mack for 3. It's short. And back come the Blackhawks. Beck into the corner for Michaels. Fakes the pass. Now to Beck. Inside to Mock with the left hand. No good. Hilgeman does a nice job there. And I think they're going to get a foul. Now we're going to have a foul on Port Edwards here. They're going to get Eric Mock. Second personal. Team fourth. Team fifth, rather. $37-13. Columbus leading Port Edwards. Nemitz right wing. To the left wing for Emmett Konieczny. Konieczny steps back, drives inside, back out to Nemitz. Port Edwards in man-to-man now. They switched, looks like, to a man-to-man defense. Nemitz takes it, open, right wing, 3, and it's good. That was a nice screen from Hilgeman there to set that up. Nathan Nemitz hits the 3. He has got 9 points here in this one. Brendan Beck pass inside to Martinson, and that one may have been blocked by Becker. That one may have been blocked. Couldn't tell for sure, but that one went way off the backboard. I think that Cy Becker somehow got a hand on that. Konieczny over and back. He thinks it was touched by Port Edwards, but referee says no. I think Coach Konieczny thinks it was touched by Port Edwards as well, but the referee says no. Over and back the call. It's 40-13 Columbus. It's their 4th turnover of the game. And 4 turnovers, not too bad for as far as where we're at in this game. That's a pretty low amount. Tranel thought about the 3. He's back into this game with 11.5 and those 4 fouls. Flashes inside. Puts up the right-hand shot. No good. Rebound for Becker, and Tranel is fouled out. And he's again complaining, but he's again wrong. That was a foul. Port Edwards fans not happy, but they are all wrong. That was a foul. And unfortunately for Josh Tranel, he's fouled out of this game. And I have no problem telling fans that they're wrong about complaining about calls, because referees tend to get more flack than they deserve to get out there on the court. This has been an incredibly well officiated game here tonight. Applaud all 3 of these referees out here. Very well officiated. And Becker is going to get fouled here. And that's going to be on Logan Parker. See, the problem with a lot of times fans, they get upset when they look at the scoreboard and they see that one team has more fouls called on them than the other. Referees don't really care about that. Whatever is a foul is a foul. They're going to call it no matter what's up there. The goal is not to make sure that each team has an equal amount of fouls called against them. The goal is to call it accurately. That is what the referees are trying to do, and that's what they've done tonight. Becker knocks down the free throw. And knocks down the second as well. And again, that's your Jamie Wenzel, your Surf Pro Jamie Wenzel free throw line there. Surf Pro Jamie Wenzel. Call Jamie Wenzel at Surf Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro, like it never even happened. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well. Take a quick break. Be back with more Cranberry Classic Championship basketball after this on Zaleski Sports.
I really got to understand what a nurse is. Do they focus on you? You know, do they make sure that you're comfortable? And, you know, that's what Shai has. It's the connection that he has, you know, my best interest in mind, always.
Why wait another day? Let's take the next step together towards a better life.
H&S Manufacturing in Marshfield is hiring. H&S offers top wages along with a very generous benefits package. Get health, dental, life, and disability, 401k, cash bonuses, $2 shift bonus, and a substantial vacation plan that has you earning vacation from your very first day. We are looking for welders, painters, and assemblers for both first and second shift. Apply online at hsmgco.com. Another comment on just the referee situation in the WIAA. There is a shortage of referees in the WIAA for most, if not all, sports. So if anybody out there is interested in refereeing there, I know the WIAA is looking for help in that category, always looking for good referees, and now more than ever, there is a referee shortage here in the WIAA. Beck left wing. Trying to get by Edwards now into the game for the Dons. Mock tosses it out of bounds. Turnover for the Blackhawks. (42-13) your score. Konechny brings it up. Man-to-man defense here for the Blackhawks. It's gotten a lot more quiet here in this gym. Konechny for three, and he got it. And Konechny shrugs his shoulders and says, man, finally one goes in for me. As that is his first points of the game, his first three of the game. And that one tossed out of bounds, and Eric Mock might have been really upset at the referee. Chucked it right at him. Just kidding. Do not think that was intentional, but that one hit a referee right there. And goes out of bounds. Turnover for Port Edwards. Right wing here, Konechny. Pass inside to Hilgeman. Hilgeman, a good strong move, but misses it over the outstretched arms of Parker. Pass ahead here, Beck. Beck. And that's a reach-in call on Edwards, and that also a good call. Edwards did reach in. And really, if you're Edwards that time, probably not necessary. Guys are up by 32 points. Probably just not a necessary foul there to be that aggressive defensively. I know the Dons want to continue to apply pressure here. It's also worth pointing out that the Blackhawks have scored 3 points this half. A tribute to the Dons' defense. And there's going to be two more, though. A score for Logan Parker. Edwards on the left wing. Blake Jacoby in the corner, up to Becker now, right wing. Konechny left wing with it. Right wing side. Becker for three. Count it and one. A 4-point play opportunity here for Cy Becker. And the Dons, Cy Becker heading to the free throw line for one more. And again, he's heading to your Surf Pro Jamie Wenzel free throw line. Call Jamie Wenzel at Surf Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro like it never even happened. Now we've got a discussion here about something. Are you trying to figure out who this was on, or? Again, Coach Beck isn't happy about the call, but again, that looked like a clear and obvious foul to me. I don't know what we're looking at right now. I mean, I think sometimes when you're down by a lot of points, you're just kind of frustrated in general, and you're kind of on edge, and anything that might be a little close, you're kind of upset about. So it's understandable. That happens to every team, and you know, Coach Beck has been the coach for Port Edwards for a little while here, and he does a nice job there. I've interviewed him a couple of times, at least once in the past. He does a nice job there, but again, I think just getting a little frustrated. Well, okay, and actually, Becker takes 2 free throws. Oh, and okay, now I think I actually agree with Coach Beck here. I think what they called, which I do not think is right. I think they called the foul after the shot. It still was against Becker. And I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but that doesn't make a lot of sense because I think Becker just shot bonus free throws. He just shot 1-and-1 bonus free throws. They called the foul after the shot, which that I don't believe is correct. That probably should have just been a 4-point play like they originally called it. So I think I'll take that back. I agree with Coach Beck on that. If that's what he was arguing about, I would have to agree with him on that one. Now that I see that they called that a 1-and-1 bonus free throws there. But, well, it is what it is. And instead of 4 points, it's 5 points. So kind of a 5-point play there for Cy Becker on that three. It's 50-15 Columbus, and Jacoby short on that three. Again, the Columbus offense has come alive here in the second half. They've got 26 second-half points already. They had 24 all of the first half. And Coach Konechny going to put out some of his reserves here as Alex Edwards gets the steal and goes to the rim for 2 points. We got a timeout on the floor. We will step aside as well, take a quick break, be back with more championship action. The Dons look like they're going to win the Cranberry Classic coming up next after this on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Welcome back, everybody. It is 52-15. Columbus leads Port Edwards as you get a live look at some fans tuning in. I think some Columbus fans there watching this game again. Somewhat full house, a little less packed than the Assumption game. Again, to be expected. This is Assumption's home tournament, but had pretty good turnout fan-wise all weekend. Or pretty great, I would say, as that's an ill-advised turnover there for Port Edwards. Going to be turnover number 21 of the night for the Blackhawks. And new lineup in here for Columbus. You've got Caleb Hilgeman in the game. Cal Burkhauser into the game. Sam Dooms is in there. And try to get the rest of them here. Matt Konechny in the ball game. Offensive 3 seconds call there. And out there as well for Columbus is a player that is not on the roster. Number 15, not on the roster. So I can't tell you who that is. It's not on the roster. Don't see him. And actually, I don't think his name is on the roster at all. It's not just his number. His name's not on there because everybody else we've seen out on the floor tonight. Let's see, junior varsity here. Do we have a 15? Ben Weiland, I'm going to say. We've got a 15 on junior varsity. Must be on the varsity roster now. So I'm going to say Ben Weiland at number 15. Ben Weiland, number 15 for the Columbus Dons. And to the free throw line here, it's Bumgart. Bumgart knocks it down. Again, we got a chance now here to, as you say, get into kind of that blowout material as an announcer. Got some stuff to talk about, just kind of previewing this season. Again, this is the opening weekend of the season for both these teams. Most of the teams we've seen this weekend, Nakusa was the only team that had a game under their belt. And Weiland, the freshman, going to pull a three, no good. Better write Weiland down on my scorebook here. And Columbus, are they trying out a 1-3-1 here? They might be. And that three going to be up and no good from Michaels, but the rebound for Eric Mock, up and good. Konechny kicks out to Burkhauser, now left wing for Weiland. Weiland in the corner to Konechny. And this is Matt Konechny on the floor. Of course, Dons fans know the difference, but those of you out there that saying, well, you're saying Konechny, that's a different Konechny. Matt Konechny, number 1. Emmett Konechny, the senior, number 0. Left wing three here for Burkhauser, no good. Brendan Beck Pass over there to Mock. But again, previewing this season, last night we did a little bit. If you tuned into the Dons game last night, talked a little bit about just previewing this Dons season and this WIAA boys basketball season in general around the area. As Burkhauser, oh wow, Hilgeman has his shot rejected off the backboard. Eric Mock, what a block. Hilgeman shaken up a bit. Back misses the three. Now we got a foul. Hewitt's going to go to the line, but what a block there from Eric Mock, stuffing it off the backboard. But again, previewing this season, talked a lot about the teams to kind of look out for in this area. And again, I'll probably be forgetting a few that are going to have great seasons and maybe make a deep playoff run. You never know. But just based off last year, some returning players and maybe the reputation of the programs, it feels like Columbus, they're definitely one of the teams with 5 starting seniors. The experience they have, the level of talent they have in this team, the shooting ability they have in this team, and obviously under Coach Konechny, always going to be good. Going to be a good basketball team. But Pacelli Cardinals, Coach John Shirk of the Pacelli Cardinals in attendance again here tonight with his son on the team, Camden Shirk, one of the top players on that Pacelli basketball team. The first team all-conference player last year. So Pacelli going to be a team. And I did interview Coach Shirk for a Coach on the Couch, and one thing I didn't mention yesterday, Columbus and Pacelli, they will play this year, but they also played in a summer league game, summer league scrimmage, or it was a game. They're real games they play in the summer. And Pacelli did beat Columbus in that game. I can tell you that. That I do have confirmed for you. And you Dons fans that may have been there already know that. But so those are 2 teams I think for sure to keep an eye on, Columbus Catholic and Pacelli Catholic, that are going to be teams that have as good a chance to go to state as anybody and would not have to play each other to go to state. That's the most important thing to me. Because Columbus last year was in the same sectional as Pacelli. Then they got moved to what I would call a more difficult sectional. Pacelli has a little bit easier sectional, if you ask me. Just take a look at what their sectionals are. But regardless, they're in 2 different sectionals. So we could have a situation where if both teams, and again, you never know, they could get into sectionals. It's hard to get out of sectionals. It's hard to get out of regionals sometimes. I mean, once you start to get deep in the postseason, you play a lot of good teams. But again, there is a chance where we could sit here at the end of the season and say the Columbus Dons and Pacelli Cardinals are both at the state tournament. And both teams that we cover every single game of here on Zaleski Sports. And both teams with a real chance to go to state this year. But Pacelli did get the win against them in the Summer League, worth pointing out. But it's not necessarily an indicator of what's going to happen in the regular season. We'll get a chance to see that. That'll be an excellent matchup, Pacelli-Columbus, late in the year. But again, teams I didn't mention, I mentioned Auburndale. They were a team that went to the sectional final last year and always, very much like Columbus, under Coach Weinfurter over there, expected to be a very good team every single year, regardless of players coming back. They do not have a lot of seniors coming back, but again, just expect them to be a very good team in the area again this year. And a team I didn't mention yesterday that I should have, my fault for not, the Marathon Red Raiders, probably the favorite to win the Marawood South this year. And the team that lost to Auburndale in the sectional semifinal last year, but Marathon with one of the best players in the area in Grant Warren, I believe 6'9", Grant Warren is, and he's a guy that can shoot the ball. Very much like Pacelli with Jaden Awe. Jaden Awe, I think 6'6", 6'7", something in that range. A big guy that can really play and do a lot of different things for you. Marathon very similar to Pacelli in that way. And other couple of nice players they've got. One from last year's team. I'm blanking on a name right now. I'd have to look it up. But Marathon's got some returning players, Grant Warren especially, where they are a team that they're up a division, not Division 5, Division 4 for Marathon. But they're a team in Division 4 that, has a real chance to make a deep, deep postseason run this year again. They got to sectional semifinals last year, which, to my estimation, is a deep run in itself. When you get to sectionals, that's a very good year. But when it comes to programs like Marathon, Auburndale, Columbus, and Marathon under Coach Jacobson over there, very similar to Columbus and Auburndale, where you just expect them to have a very good team every single year. But they're a team I didn't mention yesterday, should have, the Marathon Red Raiders, because they've got as good a shot as anybody in Division 4 along there with Auburndale that to make a deep run. And I think that's what you're kind of looking at here. And I know I'm forgetting teams. I'm probably missing teams that are going to go on a deep run. But as we kind of preview teams in this area, what they're going to do, again, we haven't talked a lot about the Division 1 teams, Division 2 higher division schools. A little bit more of a question mark for some of them around in this area. Just not really sure what to expect. Could be good, could not be good. With some of those, we just have happened to we just happen to broadcast a lot of these Division 4-5 games. These teams that we see in this area from the Merriwood Conference and from here the Clover Belt for Columbus and the Central Wisconsin South for Pacelli, that we kind of have a feeling they're going to be pretty good. They're going to be pretty good teams this year. Columbus, one of those teams, to say the least. They're going to get another 30-point win likely here in this Cranberry Classic. They're going to win this Cranberry Classic tournament here in the championship game, as there's a 3, and it's good. Cal Burkhauser from downtown's got 3 points. But again, we'll have all the area sports live for you on Zaleski Sports all year, as we always do here on Zaleski Sports. Again, we've got every Pacelli game live for you, boys and girls basketball all year long. Same with Columbus, boys and girls basketball games, every game live for you all year long. And then we'll have quite a few other area teams. The Stratford Tigers you'll see quite a bit this year. The Assumption Royals you'll see a lot this year, especially the girls team, as they're another team on the girls side that has state aspirations. Absolutely. Team in Division 5, you with state expectations and deep postseason run expectations. For girls basketball, Neelsville, a girls basketball program with, I think, very similar expectations to Assumption. If not more so. That Neelsville program has been great for 10 years, probably more. So Neelsville, that girls basketball program, going to be good. Parker scores at that time. So we'll have Neelsville basketball for you, have Assumption basketball for you. And again, we'll cover plenty of Merriwood South teams this year. Stratford, Edgar. We talked about Auburndale and Marathon already. Assumption, talked about them already. Probably get a little bit of Newman here this year as well, depending on what they look like. Again, of course, they were state champions last year, the Newman Catholic Cardinals. Losing a lot of players this year, so we'll see what Newman looks like this year. But, again, you never know. Even from a broadcaster's perspective up here, and now we're going to have a timeout on the floor, so I'll finish that thought in a moment. But we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back in just a moment here and to watch the Dons win this Cranberry Classic tournament after this on Zaleski Sports.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed. It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
All right, welcome back, everybody. As the Columbus Dons Port Edwards Blackhawks here with 2 minutes remaining here in this one. 57-26 Columbus has all but sealed this Cranberry Classic tournament win. They're going to start their season 2-0 with 2 30-point wins back-to-back. But as I was saying before the break, we talk about expectations coming into the season. There's predictions thrown out all over the place, especially for boys basketball, boys and girls basketball, really. Sport of basketball, probably the most popular high school sport, I would say, in the state of Wisconsin. Football's up there, but boys and girls basketball up there for sure. And so you see a lot of predictions out there. People like me or Jason especially, gets his predictions out there, and other people that throw their predictions out into the wind. And, it's always based on, what did you do the year before? Who are you returning? As far as how many seniors you got graduating? And so you do the best we can as far as predictions and trying to figure out who's going to be good this year. But you never really know because, again, there's in a lot of cases, Columbus is a team I could bring up when you want to look at them next year. They're going to be graduating all 5 starting seniors, so you might think of that as face value. Well, Columbus might not be great next year, but we know. Columbus likely can have some juniors that can play. We see their sophomores that can play. you don't know what those underclassmen look like until they actually are out there playing. So from a broadcaster's perspective, if we're not seeing the JV games, we're not there at practice, we don't really know what they've got coming up, through the pipeline of freshmen, sophomores, even juniors that didn't play a lot in their junior years and what they look like as seniors. So it's really tough to map it out and try to predict it, especially when it comes to high school and college sports. Professional, you got players coming back, and you don't really have that turnover every single year. But college and high school, it's a lot tougher to try to predict that because you just don't know what's coming up in the pipeline unless those guys have gotten significant time on varsity already. And sometimes even if they haven't, it doesn't mean that they're not good. It just means they might be in a program like Columbus where you've got 5 starting seniors and there's not enough minutes to go around. That's going to be a kicked ball violation as it's 58-26, Columbus over Port Edward. So, again, I bring up those teams, teams to look out for, and we try to focus on those are kind of the obvious teams. I think Columbus and Pacelli, a couple of obvious teams that, if you ask me, maybe should be in state. That's tough to say. Those are high expectations, but just with the talent level we know they have, and those are the expectations. And even though getting to a sectional final is never a bad season, but those are 2 obvious teams we can point out. We'll keep it here as there's a timeout on the floor, but again, those are 2 obvious teams to look at, and then Marathon, Auburndale in Division 4 level in that Merriwood South Conference to look at. Stratford probably going to have a team as well under Coach Schmidt there. Coach Schmidt usually got a pretty good program over there in Stratford as well. Edgar going to be under, I believe, a new head coach this year. Maybe it was his first year last year, but Coach Huss no longer the coach there. So Edgar kind of a question mark team. What are they going to look like? So again, just trying to outline some of the teams that may feel a little bit more obvious to us, a little bit more like, yep, we have an idea they're going to be pretty good this year. But there will assuredly, of course, Colby, a team that I haven't mentioned, they won the conference last year. They beat out the Dons to win the conference last season. So see what the Colby Hornets look like for basketball this season. But you could go up and down the list of some of these conferences, and whether it's the Merriwood, the Central Wisconsin, the Clover Belt East there. That's why we play the games. So we take a look and see what teams look like. And we got a pretty good look here today, or here this weekend from these teams. We saw Port Edwards, Assumption, and Nakusa, I think, pretty even level teams. I think if you look at both Port Edwards, Nakusa, and Assumption, I think teams that should at least be around 500. They feel like 500 teams from watching them today, as hitting a 3 there is Deuce Lip. And he's a fan favorite pretty clearly. Deuce, there's some Deuce chants going around. Deuce Lip knocks down the 3-point shot. But again, it's, as far as this season goes, I think to recap this kind of tournament for you in a few seconds before we're going to get into our interviews after this game, I think Columbus clearly the best team we've seen all weekend, far and away. That's to be expected as Deuce Lip hits another 3. He's got 6 points in about 30 seconds. But, again, I think Port Edwards, Assumption, Nakusa, none of those teams I think you look at, they're going to be bad this year, as Deuce Lip is going to take it to the rim again, and he scores another one. He's got 8 points. But I think these 3 teams we see are going to at least be around 500, and Columbus, we know what they're going to be this year. They're going to be an excellent basketball team, and that's going to do it. 58-34, Columbus takes down Port Edwards. The Dons are your 2023 Cranberry Classic Boys Basketball Champions, and we're going to keep it here. So what we're going to do, this is going to be your Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Go to nasonville.com, nasonvilledairy.com. But we're going to do, we're going to keep it here. We're going to get the all-tournament teams. They're going to announce the all-tournament teams out there on the floor. We'll keep it here for that. And then I will be on the court speaking with Coach Konieczny as well as our Highlight House player of the game here tonight for the Columbus Dons. So keep it here on Zaleski Sports. We're going to send the audio down to the court here and get the audio from that.
Rounding out the Cranberry Classic Boys Varsity All-Tournament team. From Port Edwards, number 2, Brendan Beck. From Marshfield, Columbus, number 25, Cy Becker. From Marshfield, Columbus, number 13, Blake Jacoby. And from Marshfield, Columbus, number 4, Nathan Nemitz. Congratulations to both teams. Thank you for participating in the Cranberry Classic, and good luck during the 2023-24 season.
Get the cameras set up, we're ready. Good? All right, welcome back everybody to your Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. I'm joined now by Coach Konechny of the Columbus Dons. And Coach, talk a little bit about this weekend overall. Obviously, you guys win the tournament here. Last night's game, really an offensive showcase for you guys. You hit a lot of shots tonight. And what stood out to me was your guys' 2-3 defense. You were really able to kind of hold Port Edwards there defensively when you were hitting some shots there in the first half. Just kind of evaluate your guys' play here this weekend. You start off 2-0.
I thought we got what we wanted out of it. We learned some things about our team. We got to play in a great event. I think Assumption does an awesome job running this tournament. We've been coming for 17 years, and we enjoy it every year. From a team standpoint, I thought there were some good things. We're very deep. We're very balanced. We have to continue to play hard when we don't make shots. I think sometimes that's our tendency, is to let a bad play carry over to the next possession, which I think is human nature, but we have to do a better job of eliminating that. That said, we got two fairly easy wins against programs we respect, and I think it's going to help us next week.
And you guys play in that 2-3 zone defensively. A lot of times in that zone, when sometimes teams can run that and it can feel a little lackadaisical and playing in the paint, you guys kind of push that out a little bit past that half-court line, and you guys forced, I think, 20 turnovers in both games here this weekend. Is that something you're looking to do defensively, is kind of play aggressive and get out there and try to force some of those turnovers in that 2-3?
Well, we want to pressure the ball, and we're fairly quick. We're not big, so we want to maybe extend the game and not get into a lot of 5-on-5 post-up situations. But I thought for the most part we did a good job. Sometimes we forgot personnel. Let certain guys do things we shouldn't let them do and play to their strengths. But like I said, it's a learning weekend for us. It's anytime you get 2 wins going into the rest of the season, we're happy with it. So I'm happy for our boys.
And the last question for you, then I'll let you go. As far as things you guys can still improve on here this year, the first kind of game and a half, it looked like free throw shooting was a little bit not as good as maybe you wanted to. That was the thing that stood out to me. But maybe that, or what are some other things you guys can maybe continue to improve on here? You got better in that second game shooting free throws. But what are some things that you think you guys need to continue to get better at here as you just start the year?
Well, that's probably a main one. I think we were 14 out of 24 last night, and tonight I didn't see it yet, but it's not good. And what's frustrating is I think we have kids who can really shoot the ball. For some reason at the free throw line it's not happening, so it's something that we'll work on. Maybe I need to do a better job in practice of providing consequences and a little bit of pressure on them, but hopefully it improves, because we get into games here against McDonell and at Auburndale, that'll cost you. So you're right, that needs to be worked on heavily.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach, for your time. Congrats on the win. And if we can get Cy Becker to come over here.
Try to find him. Thanks for the
kind of
coverage.
leave. Yeah, oh yeah, no problem. Yeah. All right, so we'll wait on Cy Becker to come here. Maybe we'll send it to our Nasonville Dairy commercial. We'll hear from our friends at Nasonville Dairy, and then we'll be back and talk to Cy Becker, our Highlight House player of the game. Right after this, send it to Nasonville Dairy up there, Josh. And back after this on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's cheese, pizza cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflatiri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy.
Good. All right, welcome back, everybody, to your Nasonville Dairy postgame show. I'm joined now by our Highlight House player of the game, Cy Becker. And Cy, talk a little bit about this weekend for you guys. You start out your year 2-0. Obviously, that's going to get a couple of 20-point, 30-point wins here this weekend. Just kind of same question I kind of asked Coach, just evaluate your guys' performance here this weekend. Obviously, last night you guys really lit it up from the three-point line, really were hitting your shots as you guys kind of typically do. And then tonight, we're missing some of your shots in that first half, but your defense seemed to really carry you guys that 2-3. You're forcing a lot of turnovers. Just talk a little bit about your performance here this weekend and I guess what you liked out of your guys here this weekend.
Well, the first 2 games of the season, you always have things to fix. Yeah, and just getting back in the groove of things is good for better competition coming forward.
Yeah, and then in that 2-3 zone, you guys seem to really pressure the ball. Coach talked about it. You guys want to try to force turnovers, get out and run, get out and move a little bit there. Defensively, what's going through your guys' minds as players in that 2-3 zone? Sometimes running a 2-3, it can be an easy defense to kind of be lazy in and sit back there. What's going through your guys' mind to make sure you guys keep that ball pressure up and still try to force those turnovers?
Well, we like to keep the man-to-man principle, always in a gap and always helping the person who has the ball, and just pick each other up as a team as we go.
Yeah, and then offensively, last night you guys were really hitting your shots. Tonight you got good looks. Didn't hit as much in that first half. As players, what goes through your guys' mind, or what are you thinking when your shots aren't falling? Is it just we just got to keep taking them if they're open, or what's the mindset going through there?
Yeah, the first half, I know we started getting down on ourselves because that's kind of how we are, and we got to fix that. Second half, I feel like we fixed that a little bit, but we can still do better pushing past the missed shots and working the ball around to get open looks instead of freestyling.
Yeah, and then a lot of shooters on this team, but your play style seems to be you want to attack the basket. You're attacking the basket a lot here tonight. Talk about what you feel your role is on this basketball team, and in that way, we kind of saw you attacking the basket a lot tonight.
Yeah, my role, I'm not a shooter. That and one, or whatever it was, I don't really know how that happened, but yeah, I like to attack. I feel like I'm kind of one of the only guys that really do that. That's not a shooter. I mean, he's a shooter and he can drive. That's just how he is. But yeah, my role is to pass, rebound, and take it when it's open.
All right, the last we're going to do is get you in the Zaleski Sports Highlight House. Think you know how this works, right?
Yep.
I'll count you down from 3, 2, 1, and you'll look into the camera, and you'll just go for that, right? All right, 3, 2, 1.
I'm Cy Becker, and I'm in the house.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, man. Congrats on the win.
Yep, thank you.
All right, that was our Highlight House player of the game, Cy Becker. Thanks to Cy Becker and Coach Konechny for joining us here tonight. Columbus wins the Cranberry Classic tournament. The boys' side, we saw Assumption won the girls' side here this weekend. And thanks to everybody for joining us here this weekend for the Cranberry Classic tournament. Great event put on here by the Assumption Royals here at Assumption High School. And Columbus, they get the win. They beat Nakusa and they beat Port Edwards to win the Cranberry Classic tournament here in 2023. And that's going to do it for our Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Go to NasonvilleDairy.com. And for myself, Cale Jacoby, alongside Josh Bush, Olivia Zimmerman, and Jason Zaleski, we want to thank you all for joining us here tonight, and we'll see you next time on Zaleski Sports.